There are men who crawl when the pain gets too loud. Men who look behind, trying to find excuses in the past. And then there's Luffy, bleeding, broken, alone. Yet never once did he look back. Because Luffy wasn't built to surrender. He was built to rise, and rise again, and again, and again. Every scar on his body isn't a mark of weakness. It's proof he kept going when others stopped. They say he's reckless. They say he doesn't think. But what they call madness was his only weapon against a world designed to crush men like him. He never had guarantees, never had protection. All he had was vision, a dream louder than his doubt, a direction so clear it burned behind his eyes. He didn't wait for permission. He declared war on the future itself. You want to walk like Luffy? Then stop crying over what you lost. Stop rewinding the past like it's a movie that'll change endings. He lost his brother. He lost battles. He lost time. But not once did he lose momentum. Because the moment you stop moving is the moment you lose everything. You fall, you bleed, you break, but your eyes stay forward. You don't get to the One Piece by being careful. You don't become king by hesitating. You don't build a legend by walking backwards. You charge, you burn. You keep going until your name makes the sky shiver. So if the world knocks you down 1,000 times, stand up 1,001 and scream with your chest out. Eyes forward, always. He doesn't look back. Because looking back isn't part of his code. When the world screamed at him to give up, when the heavens themselves tried to crush him beneath the weight of destiny, he didn't flinch. He didn't cry for help. He didn't wonder why. He just took another step. That's what separates him. That's what breaks the chains the world tries to put on every dreamer. Most people, they beg for answers when things get hard. They want comfort, understanding, sympathy. But him, he wants the next challenge. He doesn't care what broke behind him. He doesn't care what he lost in the storm. Because forward is the only direction that matters to him. Let them call him reckless. Let them say he's blind to reality. Let them whisper that he's just another fool chasing the impossible. But those whispers don't carry weight in his world. Because reality, he'll punch through it. Fate, he'll laugh at it. He doesn't bow to odds. He doesn't obey logic. He fights until logic gives up. He pushes until the mountain moves. And if it doesn't, he climbs, bleeding, bruised, barely breathing. But always, always forward. You think pain breaks him? Pain fuels him. You think defeat makes him doubt? Defeat makes him hungrier. And when everything around him is on fire, when the seas rage and the sky collapses, there's only one thing that stays steady. His eyes, locked, forward. Locked on freedom. Locked on purpose. Locked on the promise he made to every soul that ever believed in him, and even the ones who didn't. Because he's not just fighting for himself anymore. He's the storm now, and he doesn't turn around for anyone. No matter what he loses, no matter what he suffers, no matter what pain tries to speak louder, he keeps moving. He doesn't need to explain why. He doesn't care if you understand. He just knows this. Eyes forward, always. Because everything worth fighting for is ahead, not behind. Every setback was fuel. Every scar, a lesson. And every time the world told him, "You can't," he carved the words, "Watch me," into his path. Luffy isn't walking a road built for him. He's smashing it into existence. You see, most people wait for the green light. Permission, validation, applause. But he doesn't wait. He builds, he breaks, he becomes. Not for fame, not for pride, but because somewhere deep in his soul he knows. A man doesn't pause at pain. A man doesn't negotiate with fear. He stares it down and takes the next step. Even when his crew doubted. Even when the enemies were gods in disguise. Even when death came for him with open hands. He didn't run. He didn't kneel. He roared. Because kings aren't born in peace. They're forged in hell. And Luffy, he's been through that fire over and over. But he never let the flames melt his will. Eyes forward, through betrayal, through blood, through silence. Eyes forward. You want to break him? Good luck. He's already lived the pain you're scared of. He's already fought battles that should have killed him. And he still grins, still dreams, still walks forward like the pain meant nothing. Because in his world, you don't survive by being soft. You survive by becoming the storm. So let them say he's crazy. Let them say he's chasing ghosts. But he knows something they don't. The only way to win is to walk through the fire, not around it. And if you're not ready to lose sleep, bleed, crawl, and still rise, step aside, because he's coming through.